Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we are back on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 74! 74, can you believe it? It really is racking up now, and I know I seem to start off every episode by saying that, but I just cannot believe how far we have come on here. Now I just want to say something before I begin. I hope that you all had a fantastic Easter weekend. I know that may seem a little bit late, it being Thursday and all, but you have to remember that I record all of these episodes a week in advance, but I'm doing this one a little bit late on the Easter bank holiday Monday. I'm working on the bank holiday Monday, yes I am, but I hope you all had a good one. I have had an absolutely fantastic weekend. I had the Easter dinner, obviously, I got tons and tons of Easter eggs, which is lovely, but also I went to Santa Pod. Santa Pod is a big drag strip in the UK, and it was so ridiculously fun. For those of you who follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you will have seen a few images and videos from there. I didn't take too many, simply because I wanted to experience it firsthand. I often feel like you lose a little bit of the experience when you're looking at it through a camera lens, but really it was so amazing. And anyone who hasn't been drag racing before, I would highly suggest checking it out, because it is so awesome. Some of these cars produce like 10,000 horsepower. To put that in perspective, a Bugatti Veyron produces just over 1,000. It really is ridiculous, and it is so awesome. The noise and everything, it is brilliant. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about that for much longer. What are we going to be doing in today's episode? Well, we are going to be doing a bunch of stuff over here, but the first thing that we have to do is head over to the new Hermiton. But before we head over there, I thought we would do a very quick sword enchantment, because for those of you who have seen the last episode, I had a few creeper problems, to say the least. So let's quickly chuck this one in here, and we will see what we can get. That isn't quite so good. That isn't the creeper destroyer that I was looking for. Bit of a shame, but anyway, over to the new Hermiton. So the first thing that I've had to do is a little bit of work on the Labyrinth project. As I'm sure most of you are aware, a lot of hermits came over here wanting to complete the maze, and they just had no idea what was going on. They were walking into this entrance thinking it was an entrance when actually it is the exit to the maze, and there was exposed redstone that everyone would thought was just unfinished stuff that I was working on. Basically, the whole project didn't look particularly finished, and there are multiple reasons for that, but now I have cleared it all up. It didn't take very long, it was just a little bit extra that I needed to do. So for example, I've added in a bunch of signs that explain everything that happens here. That this is the timer, and that this is the reset button. I've also covered up all of the redstone that you can see here, so that it doesn't look so open and exposed and unfinished. Then over on this side, I have got a bunch of instructions for the maze. Make sure timer is reset, no items in the hopper, get yourself prepared with any buffs that you want, jump down the hole behind you, complete the maze, you will be timed automatically, read the number of items in the hopper, that is your time, write down the number you got in the book, and reset. I think that is about as simple as I can make it. I don't know if I can explain things anymore, but I'm sure all of the hermits will now understand what is going on. And also, one thing that I noticed while I was over here is if we get our book out, we have got a new time on the table, 0 minutes and 50 seconds by Slipgator. He is officially the Maze King. I can't understand how he could put down a time like that. So congratulations to Slip. He is the current winner of the times, but we're actually going to have to remove all of these to make way for the new item-based times that we're going to be getting. But nice work, Slip. You have got the best time of the server so far. Congratulations, mate. That was awesome. I just did a little run of the maze myself, and I managed to get a time of 154. That is the number of items that transferred in the time that I was in the maze, and I would consider that to be fairly good. I think it was in around about the 1 minute 10 mark, so nowhere near Slip. But anyway, what we are going to be doing now is we are going to be taking down the Easter egg hunt. Of course, it is now over, Easter is done, nobody is going to be doing an egg hunt now, so we are going to take it down, and I thought I would do a little time lapse of it, so let's begin. I know that there were no witnesses, but I can confirm that I did not panic as much on this one. I just don't know what happened. He just blew up my whole path. But anyway, what are we going to be doing now? We are currently over at the Mumbo Jumbo Jungle base, and that is because we're going to be working on a project over here, and I am very excited for it. We're going to be getting a little bit silly, okay? We are going to be getting a little bit silly with this build, and that is because, do you remember, I don't know how many of you will actually remember this, but Corrales a while ago pranked me. He built a giant statue of himself over there, and it was a really, really nice centerpiece for the middle of my base, but obviously having a giant statue of a... No! Oh, it's just not my day, is it? It's just not my day. He didn't do as much damage, but anyway, I don't know how many of you remember, but we used to have a Corrales statue up there, and it was a little bit odd because obviously it was a big statue of Corrales, but it did look really good. Well, what I was thinking is that perhaps we could have a giant statue of me up there, and someone sent me a really awesome statue design that I would be more than happy to build, so I am going to get to work on that one. Hopefully this time we won't be blown up by loads of creepers, so let's crack on. His little legs are now in place, and already I am feeling pretty positive about this whole project. As you can see, he is centered with the entire thing before any of you go absolutely mental, because I am sure that would happen. But already, I really like the way that this looks. His little legs, tiny short little body. That is the whole idea of these little statues. They have tiny bodies and really massive heads, a bit like caricatures. And I am excited to see how it turns out. But anyway, that is the first little progress update there. Now I'm going to continue building. This little fella is really starting to take shape here. He's looking really good. His arms are there. He's got his nice pristine shirt on. His tie is done up perfectly. But one thing that I have noticed is he seems to have the world's longest crotch. He seriously does, doesn't he? He's sagging his trousers by the look of things, which, well, if you take a look at me here, you can't really see what I'm wearing, but look at me, right? I'm definitely not the kind of guy that is sagging my trousers, especially not that much. That is quite something. So by the look of things, I have built it a little bit wrong, which is a bit of a shame because that means I am going to have to get to work and rebuild the statue, but I thought I would record this little segment because, let's face it, that is quite comical, isn't it? Oh dear. And there we go. Would you look at that? Just look at this guy. He is the coolest looking thing. I know it has just begun to get dark, and unfortunately Spumwack is actually on the server right now. I think he might be AFKing over his mob farm, so unfortunately we can't go to bed and get ourselves a new day. But this guy, oh man, I really do wish that you could see him in broad daylight. But he is the coolest looking thing. He looks fresh out of the 80s. I think that's what it is. He's got a mullet. He's got the mustache. It is just so cool. Let's take a look at it from different angles. I don't know if you can see it particularly well, but yeah, there is the mullet. In fact, the best place in which you can take a look at that is actually on top of our orbital thing. I don't know what this thing is called these days. The ring? I don't know. Orbital thing? Whatever we're going to call it. This guy looks damn good from up there. And like I say, it's a little bit too dark. I should probably light him up a little bit, but I don't know how to go about doing that. Perhaps I could put some glowstone in his arms. Maybe that might work. I don't actually have any glowstone on me, but we do have some torches. Hang on, I'll try and do my best to light him up. Let's see if we can illuminate that face of his, because it's not the kind of thing that I want to be hiding away. This guy is far too good looking. It would be like hiding Megan Fox away or something like that. But anyway, I'm going to try not to add anything to his head. Hang on a minute. I'm going to do this off camera, because you know how much I struggle. There we go, that's a tiny bit better. Now you can actually see his face, and like I say, how cool does he look? He is the epitome of cool, isn't he? And one thing that I just realised is that for all this time I have not had our ring up here lit up, and that is probably where all of these creepers are coming along and blowing up my stuff, because in the past few episodes, while I've been recording, creepers have actually come along and blown up my things, and just, it's not going to be happening anymore. I put up this fence, and now we have lit up the ring. So there we go. That is what the Mumbo Jumbo statue looks like. I think this is one of the best additions to the base I have made in a very long time. One of my favourite builds, actually. Recently, I've been working a lot on automation, and I just haven't been doing enough silly stuff. And often, silly stuff is the best stuff. So here it is, the Mumbo Jumbo statue. He is dapper. I like it. So ladies and gentlemen, it has been a couple of days since my last cut, and that is just because I've had a bunch of school work, college work, revision stuff to do for my exams. It really is a bummer this time of year. I just have so much on at the minute, and obviously going back to college after the Easter holidays, it's a little bit tough because I'm one of those kind of people that leaves everything to the last minute. And it turns out that I had a ton of homework to do. So I got on with that, but now we are back on the Hermitcraft server, and I just logged on, and I am still looking as good as ever. I love this statue. I hope that you do too. I want to see tons of comments in the comment section saying how good it is. If anyone is saying that it's bad, then you are going to be getting blocked. I'm just kidding. You're not going to be getting blocked. You are free to express your opinion. But anyway, what are we going to be doing now? Well, we are going to be working a little bit on this automated tree farm, and I will get onto the explanation on this one in a little bit, but before we do anything here, I have to head over to the new Hermiton, because apparently Slipgator has put a book into the Redstone Consultancy, so let's head over there and take a look. It has been a while since we have been over here. In fact, some of you may not even realise what this is. My Redstone Consultancy is where hermits will come along and they will pay me to do redstone tasks for them, like the redstone engineer of the server, you could say. So anyway, by the sounds of things, Slipgator is asking for an epic door. Alright, that's always exciting. Us redstoners, we really do like our doors and things. So, dear Mr. Mumbo Jumbo, envision in your mind a door, not just any door, an epic door. With redstone, epic redstone, but tasteful, not too large, not too small, just right, and amazeballs. He had it so poetic until he said the word amazeball. But anyway, I would like to hire you on to design such a door. I will pay 3 diamonds, which I'll be awarded for completing your Easter egg hunt, in addition to whatever payment you see fit. From Slip. Okay, that sounds absolutely brilliant. I will be more than happy to help you out. I won't be doing that in today's episode, but I will be doing it sometime in the near future, so look forward to that one because that should be quite a bit of fun. So while I'm doing a little bit of the tree farm here, I thought I would run you through some of the plans, and I probably chose the worst time to start talking. As you know, I'm pretty bad at talking and playing Minecraft at the same time. You would have thought I would have got better at it, seeing it is my job and all. But when you have to sort of think and talk at the same time, I really do struggle. But anyway, what we're currently working on here is we're working on the decoration elements of the tree farm. So in the last episode, I sort of left it hovering up above in the ground, and that doesn't look particularly good. I don't like it when things hover in Minecraft. It just doesn't look quite right. So instead of that, we are going to be adding in a sort of support looking structure thing. And right now what I am doing is a little bit of decoration work. And you may be thinking, don't be so stupid, you're using cobblestone, you can't be doing decorating with cobblestone because cobblestone is stupid. Well, actually, I think it looks pretty good in small areas. And what we are doing here is we are going to be creating a cobblestone band that goes right the way around the edge here. And then underneath that, we're going to have stone or stone bricks even underneath. So it will be a cobblestone band going all the way around. And then every time that we have got half slabs, if I head over to this side so we can get a better look, every time I have half slabs here, we are then going to have a pillar coming down that is going to go down to the floor on this sort of block. So if I just grab a few stone bricks here, this is what it will look like, and then this top block here will be stairs, and in between each one of those, we are then going to have a piece of water flowing out, so it's like a little fountain coming out the side, and then going around the edge we will have half slabs keeping all the water in, and hopefully it ends up looking fairly good. I don't know how it is going to look, but that is my plan at the minute, so I'm going to get to work on a little bit of this, and then I will catch you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so I have jumped forward a little bit, I hope that you don't mind, but I've just really been enjoying building. I think it's because I'm back to building in grey. You know, the 50 Shades of Grey are back. Yes, I know this build isn't particularly colourful. In fact, it's probably one of the least colourful builds I have done in absolutely ages. I mean, of course, we've got the water in there. The water adds a nice little highlight to the build, and I definitely think it is one of the best points of it. So I'm just going to keep placing this one down. All you have to do, really, is you just dig a little hole, and then plonk down the water up there, and it flows down. Now, my original idea was actually to have the water coming out of the cobblestone band, but as you can see, we have got the minecart tracks there, and, well, I would not want to be placing water in there. Okay, any hermits that come along here, please try not to let any water get down onto those tracks, because otherwise I will go a little bit mad, because they will take ages to replace, not only because a lot of minecart rails will be taken up, but also because minecart rails are so odd in the way that they connect up with others. It will just take so long to realign them all. So any hermits over here, please watch out with your efficiency 5 spades, whatever you might have. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue placing down this water. I personally think it looks really cool. Please let me know down in the comment section whether or not you like this. But I really like this project. I think this tree farm is a cool little build. I especially like it from this angle. I don't know why. I just think it looks really sweet. So anyway, like I say, I'm going to continue building it. And hopefully by the time of the next jump cut, we will all be finished with the tree farm, which is all very exciting indeed. I have done all of the waterfalls, and I came to the conclusion that there was definitely something missing with this build. I didn't know what it was, but it just didn't look quite complete. And I was going to kind of finish it all up there and go, oh yeah, it's done. But then I was looking at it and I was like, am I really happy with this build? And the answer was no. But now I have started adding in the half slabs down the bottom here, and it has begun to look really cool, in my opinion anyway. I think this looks really good, a nice little detail to add to the build. I don't really know what I am going to be doing when it changes height like this, because obviously we have a slight dip in the ground here, and actually we could do this in a slightly cheaty way and just sort of level it out. That might be a better way of doing it, instead of trying to work out how we are going to mess around with different altitudes and things. So instead of that, we can just have it a bit like this, and then they all look like they are on the same level. That said, when we come around this corner, oh, it shouldn't really affect us that much. I don't think I'm going to be doing the half slabs on this one, but I am going to continue to place them on each one of these. In fact, I believe we are done, and then on this one over here, we just have a flat bar of half slabs, which, granted, actually looks a little bit odd. I might have to do a little bit more work on this design off camera, just because right now there are odd little things that aren't quite right about it. They're not wrong, they don't look terrible, but they aren't correct, basically. For example, this little area here, I don't know how I'm going to do the half slabs here, because it looks a little bit strange having them at that sort of height. Don't really know what to do. But anyway, I think this looks pretty cool. The tree farm really is coming together now, and I am extremely happy with it. I know this is the worst time to be recording right now, and trust me, I'm a little bit scared because the number of zombies and creepers everywhere. Creepers, man. Oh, you know what I'm like with them. But, yeah, I have done the final finishing touches to the build. I ended up keeping it a bit like this just because I don't think it looks too bad. But I've also added torches going all the way round, and I personally think it looks so cool. Like, look at this place. It looks really grand, doesn't it? It looks like something from the Buckingham Palace. I don't know if it's quite that fancy, but it definitely looks good. These little half slabs here, they are the nice little detail, and you know what? I am so getting out of here. I could hear those guys from a mile off, and they could definitely see me from a mile off. Zombies these days, wow, they have become very overpowered, and I'm actually going to patch that up there. But yeah, the zombies, they can track you from miles away. It is crazy. Skeletons as well. They're just absolute marksmen in terms of shooting. And creepers, obviously, we've seen that creepers have a little bit more health these days. And also they blow up more often, which is just the worst, because it seems to just blow up all my stuff. But anyway, you still haven't had a good look at this guy. I'm sorry about that. Maybe someday you'll be able to see him in the daylight, because this guy looks absolutely brilliant in the day. Every time I've gone to show him, it's either dark or raining. But anyway, I hope that you did enjoy this episode. It's been a little bit more chilled than the other ones, and that's because we've had a bunch of little jobs that we had to do, including the statue, but also the labyrinth, taking down the Easter egg hunt, and also finishing up on the tree farm. But like I say, I hope that you still enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Alright guys, so I am just about to do a run of the maze. I have to test out the timer because it seems that I did a little bit of wrong redstone. So anyway, what we are going to do now is we are going to hop inside, and once again we are going to try and complete this thing as fast as we possibly can. Now I know you have seen me do this a handful of times, but I just want to see if I can do it extremely quickly. I know that Slip has got one of the best times on the server. We just did those first 2 layers extremely quickly there, didn't we? That went extremely well, but I cannot remember whereabouts this level goes. I think it is somewhere over here. Also, my mouse seems to go very unresponsive when I'm playing on this maze. I don't know why. I seem to have a higher sensitivity here, but I'm really having trouble speaking and thinking. I'm trying to remember the map layouts. I've done the maze a few times now, so I think it is over here. I do remember this little section. Right, we're now onto the 4th layer. This would be so much better if we could continue running, but I think we are off over here. And, oh, we are almost done. We are almost done. I can feel it. Oh, we've hit a dead end. Oh, it's over here. It is over here. This is the ending part. Let's get to it. And we are down the hole. We have trod on the tripwire there. Okay, I want to see what time I managed to get. So the time that we managed to get was 64, 64, and 26. I do not know if that is particularly fast, but if I do a bit of quick fire maths here, we've got 128, 148... 154, I believe. I hope that I haven't got that wrong live on camera, so I'll quickly grab this book here, and we will write down that Mumbo got 154. So that is my official time there. That is the time that I've managed to get on the maze. Like I say, any hermits that are watching this, if you've managed to get right to the end of this episode, please do it, because it really is great fun, and I want to see a bunch of times in this book.